Good afternoon. This is February the 5th. After all the freezes, we had some really bad freezing rain here, so this dragon fruit, all this stuff here, next week or two I'll peel it off. It's dead, but the tree itself, or the cactus, are not. So this will bounce back just like it did last year. The pear tree absolutely loved the cold, so I'm pretty sure this guy's gonna start bearing fruit this year. This is the Brogden. Let me shrink this up. This is the Brogden. It took some freezing rain damage at the top, but I had the heaters in the bottom, so you can see the tree itself is good. Just the typical frost burn leaves, but you can clearly see that I have buds coming out on this guy. And that is the Brogden. Buds popping everywhere. This is my Leela. While it looks bad, I've learned from the past you don't trim off the dead until March. So with that said, you can see that it is already starting to push growth. So this tree, while it looks like it's dead, I know for a fact, and anyone that knows in gardening knows that this tree is not dead. You can still see the green. This tree caught a lot of freezing rain, so the heater, probably the only thing that kept it alive. This tree, I did not protect at all, 0%. No heaters, no covers. So if anyone has a question of what the most cold tolerant avocado tree is, this is it. This is the fantastic. Only damage this guy had was a little bit of frozen tips, a couple dead flower buds that were popping originally, but you can see that is not a problem now. This tree had well over 100 fruit on it last year, so I'm sure it'll have the same. All right, this sickly looking guy is the Hall. I'm also not concerned with this tree, as you see in all the green. The trunk sustained no damage at all. You can still see all the green. And all the frozen that you see is from where the icy rain was. It was so bad that my air conditioner had an inch of frozen ice on it. So when I woke up in the middle of the night to a cold house, it was due to the AC was frozen over. But you can clearly see this guy is starting to push again. So, no worries. Same thing with this guy. Looks sickly, sickly, sickly. But the more closer you get to it, the more you'll see that this tree is most certainly not dead, and is, in fact, pushing. Will this impact the harvest this year? Absolutely. This tree and that tree and my Leela, I think this will just be a growing spurt year. This is the Nishikawa. It also took the frozen rain damage, but you can see it as well is pushing new growth everywhere. New growth. So not too worried. This tree, all it had was frost cloth and a heater, Mr. Buddy heater. So yes, the frozen rain, which is something that's very uncommon here, yes, it definitely killed some of the tree, but definitely not dead. I mean, where did I just see it? I mean, you can look in there and clearly see this tree is pushing new growth. This is an Indian variety called Diamond Head. While it looks like, oh my God, it's dead, no, it is not dead. This tree is healthy. It sustained the cold very well. Yes, the leaves all will fall off, but this was an extremely fast growing tree last year. I mean, it put on so much growth. But as you can see, only the areas that took the freezing rain really took the whip. If this tree was dead, you would not see that kind of green in this tree. Some people are gonna say, oh, it's below the grass. No, The graft is about a foot below this mulch you see. So yes, this tree is going to bounce real quick. This is the Haas. Don't really like the tree, but you can see where the freezing rain got it. And then you can see where the heater did its job. And the reason I say I don't like this tree is that little guy there and this little guy hanging on the tree still. That's the size of the fruit. Just not impressed. Say hi, show. All right, this is a winter Mexican. This guy also here was in the snow, or not the snow, but the freezing rain, and you can see the only damage it took was up there, where the frost cloth got frozen to the tree. Another very cold tolerant tree. I would say this is number 2 as far as the cold hardiness, pushing growth. So, yep, it will be fine. Pear tree, totally loving the cold. This is my bacon avocado. It got hit really bad, but as you can see, it did not die. This guy, all it had was these lights and a frost cloth that was completely frozen. So probably in the middle of March, I will trim this guy just above where the green stops, and I'll let it rip. I totally intend on this tree being a gift tree to one of the co-workers at the White Rhino or White Elephant gift exchange next year. So, all right. Here we have the jabos. So this is the Sabra. Definitely lost a little bit of leaves. All I have was the frost cloth and the lights. Same thing with the peanut butter. I did trim this guy down so I could get the frost cloth because it was all the way up above the windows, so I had to trim it to get it to fit. But it really took no damage other than just a little bit. And this is my red hybrid. This guy right here has the best fruit I think I've ever eaten off of any tree. Got those at anaturalfarm.com, so I would absolutely suggest getting one of these if you have a microclimate area like this. This is on my east side facing area, and it's nice and enclosed, so you don't get much of a frost damage. All right, that's it. Have a great day.